Hello students, good morning. Welcome you all to a new video of Sunanda's tutorial. So today we will discuss about the greenhouse gas and its effects. It is a special video and I am making this video on a special request from one of my subscribers. So let's start. First of all, what is greenhouse effect? What is greenhouse first? Greenhouse is a structure where plants that require controlled climate conditions are grown. Its roof and walls are mostly made up of transparent materials like glass. Visible light, infrared, UV light pass into that glass house and roof, absorbed by the ground, the floors and the contents. As the material warm up, they release energy of longer wavelength, and because the roofs and the walls are made up of glass and other thin material, they do not transmit the infrared energy into the outside. The building is not exposed to the atmosphere, so heat cannot be escaped through convection, causing the interior atmosphere of the greenhouse warm or the interior temperature increase. This is known as greenhouse effect. The incident sunlight inside that glass house cannot be escaped into the atmosphere back. As a result, the inside temperature or the temperature inside that greenhouse increased and warm up. This is known as greenhouse effect, and same is occur in the atmosphere or environment. In the environment, the greenhouse effect is the process through which heat is trapped into the earth's surface by the substance known as greenhouse gases. Many harmful gases trap the sun's heat, making the atmospheric temperature hot. Imagine these gases make a cozy blanket enveloping our planet, helps to maintain a warmer temperature of the earth. So it is known as the environmental greenhouse effect. Greenhouse gases are carbon dioxide, CO2, methane, CH4, ozone, O3, nitrous oxides, chlorofluorocarbons, CFC, and water vapors. Water vapors react to temperature changes is referred to as feedback because it amplifies the effect of forces that initially causes the warming. The first category of greenhouse gas is carbon dioxide. It is mainly released through volcanic eruption, plant respiration, and from animals and humans breathing. We breathe out the carbon dioxide. The atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration has increased by 50% since the Industrial Revolution. Many industries evolved and developed nowadays, and they release the harmful carbon dioxide gas into the atmosphere. Then from many anthropogenic or human activities like burning of fossil fuel, large scale deforestation. What is the meaning of deforestation? Deforestation means the clearing of forest. So these activities also release the carbon dioxide. Due to the abundance of carbon dioxide, it is the main contributor of the climate change, and it is the main greenhouse gas. Then the second one is methane. It is produced naturally through decomposition, that means degradation of any biodegradable substance. But again, the human activity has displaced this natural balance. Large amount of methane, which is another category of greenhouse gas, released by cattle farming, then waste dumping, rice farming, and traditional production of oil and gases. Then the third one is nitrous oxide. It is produced through the large scale use of commercial and organic fertilizers. Fertilizers are applied to the plants for their better growth and yield. Then fossil fuel combustion, nitric acid production, biomass burning. Then water vapors. It is the most abundant greenhouse gas present in the environment. It increases as the Earth's temperature warms. But unlike carbon dioxide, which remain in the Earth's atmosphere for centuries, water vapor persists for a few days only. Then some of greenhouse gases are natural, like carbon dioxide, methane. They produce naturally and present in the atmosphere, but some are man-made or released from the anthropogenic activities, and the main man-made greenhouse gases are hydrofluorocarbons, perfluorocarbons, and sulfur hexafluoride. They are mainly produced from the industries. So these are the greenhouse gases present in the atmosphere. They trap the sun heat and making the earth more hot or warm. Then causes of greenhouse effect. What are the cause or source of greenhouse gas into the environment? The main source is fossil fuel combustion or burning of fossil fuels. The predominant contributor to carbon dioxide emission is the burning of fossil fuel. Industrial activities, transportation, power generation heavily rely on coal, releasing carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Next, deforestation. That means clearing of forest. As we know, the plants absorb carbon dioxide in the process of photosynthesis. And when we clear the forest, that means the overall plants of the earth reduce, and ultimately the carbon dioxide concentration in the atmosphere increases because there is no plant to absorb the carbon dioxide present in the atmosphere. So ultimately the carbon dioxide concentration increases of the environment. Then agricultural practices. Agricultural contributes significantly to methane and other nitrous oxide emission. Livestock farming generates methane, while use of nitrogen based fertilizers release nitrous oxide to the environment. Then improper waste management and from other natural process like volcanic eruption, wildfires, natural decay process, these greenhouse gases emit into the environment. Then due to rapid urbanization, population growth and energy demand, vehicular emission, the need for infrastructure, the greenhouse gases mainly released from these sources. Then permafrost thaws and methane release. Generally, the soil in very low temperature, on the soil surface a ice layer is formed due to low temperature, which is known as permafrost. But when the temperature rises or increase, this permafrost melts, forming the methane. It ultimately releases the methane into the environment, and methane is a greenhouse gas. So ultimately the methane concentration increase in the environment. Then the consequences of greenhouse effect. The first one is induced climate change. Greenhouse gas intensify the greenhouse effect, trapping more heat in the atmosphere, which results in global warming. That means the overall temperature of Earth's atmosphere increase, leading to altered weather pattern, rising temperatures, shifts in precipitation which can cause drought, heat wave, floods and severe storms. That means adverse effect into the climate. Then depletion of ozone layer. As I have already discussed that our atmosphere is divided into many layers, and the stratosphere is one of them. In stratospheric layer, ozone layer is present. Ozone layer protects the earth from harmful UV rays from the sun. The depletion of ozone layer, these greenhouse gases helps to deplete or the destruction of this ozone layer, which protects our earth from the harmful UV rays. So the depletion of ozone layer ultimately results in the entry of harmful UV rays into the earth's surface that might lead to skin cancer, other eye problems, and can also change our climate drastically. Then the melting of ice and rising of sea level. Due to the global warming or the increase in the temperature, the glaciers and polar ice caps melt, which ultimately helps in the rise of our sea levels. But this phenomenon poses threat to coastal communities, biodiversity, infrastructure, leading to coastal erosion and increased risk of flooding. Then food and water security. Change in temperature and precipitation pattern can affect the agriculture, because agriculture is solely dependent on the rainfall. If the pattern of rainfall change, then it will affect to our agriculture, leading to crop failures, reduced food security. Water scarcity or excessive rainfall can impact water availability for drinking, for agriculture and for industries. Then ocean acidification. Excess carbon dioxide absorbed by oceans lead to acidification, impacting the marine life. Acidic waters hinders the ability of certain marine organisms to build cells and skeleton, affecting coral reef, shellfish as well as planktons. These are very, very important because planktons are the foundation of marine food chain or any aquatic food chain. Planktons are the main or the first trophic level. So if planktons get affected, the whole food chain adversely affected by this ocean acidification. Then strategies to mitigate the greenhouse effect. So first of all, by implementing policies, new technologies, then transitioning to renewable energy source, improving energy efficiency, promoting sustainable land use so that our future generation can also get the benefit from it. Then we have to adapt some strategy to cope with the existing and projected impact with climate change. Then it involves the management, water management, urban planning. Then by collaboration with other countries, we have to plan for a technology or a better strategy how to overcome this problem. Then one is Paris Agreement. This Paris Agreement, otherwise known as Paris Accord or Paris Climate Accord, is an international treaty on climate change which was adopted in 2015, and the agreement covers climate change mitigation, adaptation and finance. Another one is Kyoto Protocol. It was another international treaty which extended the 1992 United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change that commits the state parties to reduce greenhouse gas emission. It is very, very important. The Kyoto Protocol mainly focuses on, or it is a international treaty or international meeting of several countries, and they plan there how to mitigate the greenhouse or how to reduce the greenhouse emission based on scientific consensus that global warming is occurring and that human-made carbon dioxide emission are driving it. Then the Montreal Protocol. According to Montreal Protocol in 1987, it is a global agreement to protect the stratospheric ozone layer by phasing out the production and consumption of ozone depleting substances. Mainly the chlorofluorocarbon deplete or helps in the depletion of the ozone layer, and ozone layer is helpful because they prevent the harmful UV radiation from coming to our Earth's surface. Then these ozone depleting substances are substances that were commonly used in products such as refrigerator, air conditioner, fire extinguisher and aerosols. So this Montreal Protocol is a global agreement between many countries to protect the stratospheric ozone by phasing out or lowering the production of and consumption of ozone depleting substances. So it is all about your greenhouse gas and greenhouse effect. I hope you really enjoyed it and will get benefit from this video. So in my next video I will discuss about the global warming. So stay tuned and enjoy my videos like this. Thank you, and please like, share and subscribe to my channel Sunanda's Tutorial.